Hello dear students, how are you? Welcome to English class. I hope you all are fine. Today we will do chapter number 5 from your book Moments. Name of the chapter is The Happy Prince. In this chapter we'll come to know what is real happiness. How can be happy in real sense. The Happy Prince was a beautiful statue. He was covered with gold. He had sapphires for eyes and a ruby in his sword. Why did he want to part with all the gold that he had and his precious stones? So, in this story, there is Happy Prince, not a person as we people, not a alive one as we people are. This is a statue, a story of a statue of Happy Prince, and the statue was covered with gold, sapphires, and many other precious gems. But still, the statue was not happy. What's the reason of his unhappiness, or how he becomes happy? Who helps him to become happy? Let us come to know. High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the Happy Prince. He was gilded all over with thin lights of fine gold. For eyes, he had two bright fires, and a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt. One night there flew over the city a little swallow. His friends had gone away to all day long he flew, and at night time he arrived at the city. So, dear students, the story starts with a statue. The statue was established at the highest place of the city on a tall column, and the statue was covered with thin leaves of fine gold all over. At the place of the eyes there were two fires. At the place of sword hilt, means from there we keep the sword in our hands, that place there was a red ruby glowed. One night there was a little swallow who was flying over the city. Other friends of the swallow had gone to Egypt, had migrated to Egypt because of the cold season in their area, and it was decided by those birds that they would stay for 6 weeks. They would stay for some time in Egypt because the weather in Egypt was little bit warmer than their present area. So all day long the swallow flew over the city, and at night he decided to arrive at the city. Where shall I put up? He said. I hope the town has made preparations. Then he saw the statue on the tall column. I'll put up there, he cried. It's a fine position with plenty of fresh air. So he alighted just between the feet of the Happy Prince. So when he thought that where should he put up, where should he stay for that night, and he found that tall column where the statue was there, he find that a suitable place for his rest, as there was abundance of fresh air. He became happy and decided to stay there and get adjusted between the feet of the Happy Prince to take rest during the night. I have a golden bedroom, he said softly to himself as he looked round, and he prepared to go to sleep. But just as he was putting his head under his wing, a large drop of water fell on him. What a curious thing, he cried. There is not a single cloud in the city. The stars are quite clear and bright, and yet it is raining. Then another drop fell. So when the little swallow was just to sleep, instantly a large drop of water fell on him. He saw that the weather was clear. There was not a single sign of weather in the sky. But how it is raining? How it was raining? How was it possible of rain? Then another drop fell. Before it he could think any more. What is the use of a statue if it cannot keep the rain off? He said. I must look for a good chimney pot, and he determined to fly away. But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell, and he looked up, saw. Ah, what did he see? The eyes of the happy prince were filled with tears, and the tears were running down his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight that the little swallow was filled with pity. Who are you? He said, I am the happy prince. Why are you weeping then? Asked the swallow. You have quite drenched me. So the swallow thought that if that big statue was unable to save him from the rain, become safe. As he was opening his wings to fly, before this a third drop fell on him, and he looked up and saw. Oh, what did he saw? What did he see? It was not nothing, but it was that statue which was weeping. The tears were rolling down from his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful and shining in the moonlight, and that all filled the swallow with pity. He asked to the statue, who are you? The statue told that I am the happy prince. Then the statue was being asked by the swallow why he was weeping, because his weeping had drenched the swallow, has filled the swallow with water. When I was alive and had a human heart, answered the statue, I did not know what tears were, for I lived in the palace where sorrow is not allowed to enter. My courtiers called me the happy prince, and the happy indeed I was. So I lived and so I did. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness and all the misery of my city. And though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep. What? Is he not solid gold? Said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. When, after being asked, the statue of Happy Prince answered that when he was alive and was a human being, he had never experienced the sorrow in his own whole life. In the palace, there was no entry of sorrow, no entry of grief, no entry of weeping, tears. But when he was dead, after the death, his statue was established on this tall column. From there, he was able to see the whole city, and not only the city but the ugliness and sorrow of the city. By seeing that sorrow, he became so much sad. The swallow asked whether the statue was not made by solid gold. He did not say anything more. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. Far away, continued the statue in a low musical voice. Far away in a little street there is a poor house. One of the windows is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. His face is thin and worn, and she has coarse, red hands, all pricked by the needle, for she is a seamstress. She is embroidering flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the Queen's maids of honor to wear at the next court ball. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. He has a fever and is asking his mother to give him oranges. So the statue was continued. In his low musical voice, he told the swallow that far away there was a little street. In that little street, there was a poor house. In that poor house, from the window, the prince could see a seamstress. She was sleeping. Her hands were red and pricked because of a needle. She is embroidering flowers on the satin gown for the loveliest maid of the queen, who was to wear that gown at the next court ball. On the bed, her little boy was sleeping because of illness. The boy has a fever and his mother has nothing to give him but river water. So he is crying. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to this pedestal, and I cannot move. I am waited for in Egypt, said the swallow. My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the large lotus flowers. Soon they will go to sleep. So the happy prince continued that the mother of the child has nothing to give him but river water. So the child was crying, and he requested the swallow to take out the ruby from his sword hilt to give it to the woman. He gave the reason that his feet were fastened to that pedestal and therefore he could not move. So he wanted this help from the swallow. On the other side, the swallow told that he was being waited for in Egypt, as his friend had already gone there. They flying up and down the Nile river, and they were talking to the large lotus flowers. He was curious to go there. He was eager to go there with his friends, and soon they will go to sleep. Therefore, the swallow showed his uh, helplessness in this task of the prince. So, dear students, did the swallow help the prince? Did the swallow went to the woman to give that ruby to her so that she could? We will get the answer of all these questions in our next lecture, next class. Till then, stay home, stay healthy. Thank you and have a nice day.